Alright gamers, welcome back to Paradigm Gaming 101 with Daniel, and today we're going to be taking a look at Strife from S2 Games. If you don't know who S2 is, they made the MOBA style game Heroes of Newerth, and this is their new MOBA that they are bringing out, and it is actually really good. It's currently in Family and Friends beta, so this is a very, very early build. Please do not take anything in this as it being final. It may change a little bit, it may change a lot, you do not know, but this is how it is in the state of the game right now. Now, this is not going to be a gameplay video. This is going to be merely a teaching video to let you see the pets, crafting, and enchanting system that they've put in place to change up the game a little bit for a standard MOBA. Given it's still got the skill set, you go in, you kill towers, you kill the base. That is what the game is. But so far the balance is really good. There is no really overpowered heroes or anything like that. But we'll skip for that for now. Come back to that in a later video. But what we're going to look at is pets and all the other stuff. So to start out, you at the beginning of the match pick your hero and then you pick a pet. There are no passives in this game for the heroes directly. Where the passives come from are from the pets. You pick the pet at the beginning based on what you want and what active ability you want, and they give it to you and you use that in your fight. Now that's where it changes up heroes a lot, because you don't have to have the same passives on every hero. You can change up your pet and you get a different passive from that pet. So you can play a hero totally differently the next time from how you played them the time before. But to start out, we'll take a look at Razer. Now pets, you level up through food, and food you get from chests at the end of each round that allow you to feed your pet and level them up. You also get crafting materials such as the elixirs and ore that are offered for crafting and enchanting. But to start out, you start at level 1, and just to show you a starting pet, you get basically the active ability and one passive, the starting passive at level 1. But as you level them up, it will level the skill up and make it better as well. Later on you get other passive skills. Now, starting out with Razer, he's a lifesteal based pet. He will go and attack things and you'll get a little bit of health back periodically. His active is a decoy that spawns and then stealths you, so you have a chance of getting away, because the decoy is actually pretty convincing. So it's hard to tell when they actually cloak, because it's like it doesn't even happen. But the second passive is an option between two different ones. That's why you see this respec. You can respec and go into the other one. It does not cost anything. It does not hinder anything. You keep the same level on the pet. You just change what skill you want on that pet for aid. But you get two passives. You get the main one and then one of the other two. The other one is grants lifesteal or increased attack speed. So one of those two. Then we move on to Bounder, who is more of a catch up or get away kind of pet. His active is using it to slide and dash in a target direction. You get the first passive is Frostbite, where he adds a slow onto an attack periodically. And then one of the other passives is you can either have increased movement speed or increased attack damage. So you'd pick one of those two if you want to do more damage or get away or catch up with people. Then you got Luster, who starts out as a cute little fox type thing. And he is more of a jungle / get all of the money you can pet. And I kind of want to try him. I just haven't leveled him up, so yeah, but gameplay will come later. But he gets an active ability to do damage to a non-hero unit, aka the creeps or the minions. Then Greed is Good is his starting passive, where if you miss a last hit, he'll get it for you. You get that last hit no matter what. So he's very set on getting you money. And then his second passives, one of the other, is increase gold from creeps in general, so even more gold, or Blood Rush, grants health upon killing creeps. So you can go into the jungle, get extra health, or you just gain health off of killing things, so you can sustain a lot longer without having to either back or wait for your health to regenerate. Which I'll go over the actual in-game play mechanics in another video as well. So anything I say here you don't understand, just keep watching. There will be more information coming. Then you got Mystic, who is more of the mage / magic damage pet. He has an active ability that increases your mana, gives you basically instant mana back. It's very quick. It's not like a slow regeneration increased. mana regen, but it's like almost instant. You get about half a bar back of your mana. He also has Dive Bomb, where he'll periodically damage enemies you target with an ability you use. So if you throw an ability at somebody, he'll dive attack real quick, and I think it has like a 16-second cooldown or something like that, so he doesn't do it constantly. It's got a cooldown to it. Then he has one of the other two passives where he can either increase your magic damage, or you can lifesteal off of your magic damage. Then you got Pincer, who is a CC reduction kind of pet. He also does damage back to enemies as well, gives armor. So his active is breaking out of crowd control. So if you get stunned and you know you're going to be stunned for a long time, you hit that, you can try and dash out, get away. Then you got Retaliate. He attacks enemies that are attacking you to help out and do damage. Then one of the other two passives, you got Resilience, which increases your HP regen, or you can get increased armor based on the defense passive, which either one would work. The HP regen would be good towards the beginning, not so much at the end, but at the beginning of the game it helps a lot to have that HP regen because you regen quick. And then defense would just be good end game, so it's a matter of where you want to be more powerful at. Beginning game to get fed, or end game to be strong at the end when everyone's already got their build. That's how I see that anyways. Now Tops, I have not tried him yet, I haven't unlocked him. Pets, just to go off of this basis, pets are unlocked through seals, which are like little blue feathers, they look like. You get them from chests at the end of games. There are like 3 or 4 different chests right now. You get more loot out of the better looking ones, the bigger chests, which is nice. And you can get up to 5 to 10 seals depending on what you get out of the chest. But you unlock the pets through those, and that shows that this is not a pay-to-win game, and I'll even go into that further shortly to show you that the only thing you're getting if you pay into this is the pets in general, which you may be able to buy, but you can't level them up that way. And also the crafting, you cannot buy your materials and everything, so not pay-to-win. And they've said they're not going to go pay-to-win, so just to keep that. Now, on to Tops. Sorry. Off topic there. His active is Activate to slow nearby enemy heroes. So I think this is an AoE, but I could be wrong. It might be a single target, but you slow enemy heroes. Actually, I'm guessing it's single target. I haven't tried it yet, but single target, slow them down, and catch up with them. Then he's got his passive Immolate, which periodically does damage to nearby enemies. So whether it's hero or creep, you do AoE damage to heroes, or to any enemy, which is good if you're a tank, because then you can clear enemy waves easier, especially if you're doing solo and you go tank solo. Yeah, that would just be good. And then he's got increased power, which increases your power on your attacks, your abilities. Or you can go with a CC reduction, which will basically just help you not be stunned as long, or CC'd as long. And if you don't know what CC is, that's crowd control, where you are either out of commission or not able to move. If that helps, if you didn't know already. But if you're watching this video, I'm sure you know what CC is. And then we move on to Tortoise. Tortoise, I haven't heard a lot of great things about him. I mean, his skill set, like what he has, looks really good for a tank. But as far as what I've been hearing, I don't hear anything good about the Tortoise, which kind of sucks because he looks like he's got a really good kit here for the passives, which regenerate some health, which I'm guessing is basically like Mystic, where you regenerate mana, except this is health. Then you got Harden, block damage from basic attacks. And then one of his other passives you can select from either increases max HP or increases his mana regen in general, which I'd probably, if you're going tank, you'd want max HP, which mana regen is nice, but you regen mana pretty quick in this game if you sit still for a little bit. So I guess, I mean, it can be good but at beginning game, but towards the end it really doesn't make a difference on the mana consumption. But max HP would be really good. So as far as that goes, that's how pets work. They give you your passive. You do not get a passive on the hero in general. It is only from your pets, and they give you your active as well. But as you level them up, they get bigger and they get better. He started out as a little cat, now he's a big cat. And he started out as a little sheep, now he's a big goat. So it's kind of a neat little thing they added in there. It does change up the game a little bit. You can play every hero different. So from there on, we're going to go on to crafting.
Time to craft some ideas.
Crafting, you take any item that is within the game and you can modify it. Modify what it takes to craft that item, and it will also change the bonuses that you get out of it, but it won't change the passive. The passive does not change. But what you can do here is, say let's go with Power Conduit, which is a magical item. It gives you 23 power, increases power by 10%, so increases the damage of your abilities. Now what you can do is you have these different levels, which is a cheapy power component, 1, 3, and 5, which they get more powerful as you go along. You can go in attack speed, health components, health regen, mana components, or mana regen. And they just, as you get more, you can, exit out of this, and then you can put in, let's just put in this. Why not? Let's put in more mana. Well, as soon as I can click it correctly. There we go. Now it increases the crafting cost. Now what I did is I put a more expensive, actually I don't think I did. I think I lied. I did not put a more expensive item in there. But you'll get the idea. When you put a more expensive item in, you craft it and you have a chance of getting something better. Now if you craft it, boom.
Let's see if
I got a common, which you can unlock all the way to legendary on your first crafting. Now what happens is the in-game cost of the item, depending on what you crafted and put into it, makes the item more expensive in-game. This would actually be cheaper if I had the base materials that it uses. It would be much cheaper. But considering I'm making it a more powerful item, it costs more in-game to purchase, which is a good balance. Now, the only thing that does not change cost is if you are leveling up this item through enchanting it. Enchanting the item increases the power that it gains all the way up through here. And actually, I'm going to go directly into the enchanting because the crafting is pretty simple, cut and dry, straightforward. You pick an item, you put the components you want in it for the bonuses, and then you craft it. And then it comes over to this point.
Time to craft some ideas.
Now, I crafted this one earlier when I was trying to do this video once, but it didn't work out, so I'm redoing it. But I crafted this, and I happened to get a legendary out of it. Like, I made the item, it crafted a legendary instantly. Now, say, like that first one you saw where I had a 10% crafted common for the same item. It had a 1% bonus. Now, you can recraft that and try and get something better, which in that case you probably would because it's kind of hard to get worse than a 1% bonus. So it'd be better at that point to try and recraft with the materials you have. Now, what you can do is you can enchant the item. Say it was at halfway through common bonus, it would give you an increased bonus of 5%, and as you increase that bonus, like through common, and you get it closer to rare, that percentage will increase, but it will not increase the cost of the item in game, but it makes it more powerful for you in general. Now, that's awesome. I really like the system. This is another reason it's not pay to win, because you cannot get these materials through buying them. You have to play the game. Now, as you get it rare, I got it to rare instantly because I got legendary right off the bat. It gives me another bonus at rare for 10.4 magic armor. And then when it went into legendary, it gave catalytic, which when at 250 power or above, it grants 2.6 bonus power amp, which increases my bonus power in general by that amount. Now, if I were to max this out and put it all the way up here, I'm guessing it would actually be at around 10%, because as you level it and enchant it more, it becomes more powerful and gives you a better bonus. So just because you're a legendary doesn't mean you want to just stop at legendary. You can get it all the way up and help you out even more, which is awesome. Now, one other thing that they've added in that looks like is all items expire after a month. So if you do not do what they call is tempering, which makes the item permanent. It makes the item permanent so you do not lose it. You want to do this especially if you get a legendary item. What it does is it takes 60 elixir, or at the moment, this is placeholder, mind you. This is probably not the way it's going to be, but it may be. But their pay currency is gems at the moment. You can use that to actually make it a permanent item, but it doesn't buff it in any way, so it's not going to be pay to win in that case. And then you also got use elixir, which you can use the in-game currency that you get from matches to make it permanent. But if you don't, after that time expires, you lose that weapon and you have to make it all over again and waste those materials trying to get it back. and you may not even get it back, even if right away. So yeah, very neat systems in place. Other videos coming with actual gameplay in it. I hope this was informative enough for you guys. But yeah, this is looking very promising. I really like these systems. It's really good. It changes up the game, gives it a little bit of depth to it. I'm really hopeful for Strife right now. So congratulations to S2 Games on making a good game so far. Closed beta is coming, guys. Go to the main Strife page and sign up for the closed beta. Maybe you'll get in, maybe you won't. You can also catch me playing Strife periodically on my Twitch channel. I will put both links to the Strife homepage and my Twitch channel in the descriptions below. Comment, subscribe, follow my Twitch channel because I stream more than I post videos. But thank you guys. You have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.